Something I still say to this day. Knowledge don't mean anything above influence, capital, and experience. Well, influence, experience, and capital. Knowledge isn't more powerful than those things. Money isn't. Knowledge isn't more valuable than those things. What you need to do is know how to communicate with people. Cool, great, and unlearn certain stuff. Cool, great. You'll say, yeah, that's definitely not it, Chief. No, it's not. That's still wrong. But really and truly, from my perspective, the only reason why knowledge is on there is as a fact of not only, but the main reason is anti-knowledge. To know that you need to unlearn stuff. Because when I started to think about stuff and I realized, and Grant's coding said it in a perfect way, if knowledge is power, what's the wrong data? If knowledge is power, what is the wrong information? Food is good for you. Food poisoning ain't good for you. Food's good for you. Poison ain't good for you. Just because it goes down your mouth don't mean it's good for you. Doesn't mean it's good for you at all. So from that perspective, just because something looks like it's good, don't mean it is good. Like, something that I've been thinking for time as well. Vegetables, I don't know why. Again, this is definitely out of spec, and this is just a thought. How comes all vegetables is good for me, but some vegetables are very toxic to me? And why is it black and white that if it's not poisonous, it's perfect and the most perfect thing I should be eating right now? Somehow. Again, just a thought. But one thing I am very skeptical about, and I'm not gonna lie to you, this is the one thing that I think in my head. And you know the conspiracy things. I don't know why I got to this point, but you know there's conspiracy things. And one thing that I'm conspiracy about, the food pyramid. You know it's a pyramid shape. Now, joking. nah, but you nah, but you know what's the name? The food pyramid, the carbohydrates, the protein, fat, meat, whatever, so on and so forth, sugars. It was not based upon any science. Zero science. Like zero science involved. It was just flipping. We make bad potatoes. I'm like, yeah, man, we make bad potatoes. Flipping, these things are bare easy to grow, you know. Yeah, man, you could sell enough of these. How are you gonna sell enough of these? Flipping. I just tell them that you need to eat like 80% of this. Shit. Our raw work, you know. Flipping. Let's do that. Let's run it inside all their classes as well. Yeah. Let's do that. And now my plate needs to be 80% carbohydrates, 5% fat, 15% meat, 0% everything else, because that's already 100%. But that's really it. That's the only thing I'm skeptical about. And it's just, I want to learn my diet, something I've always been interested in learning my own things that work with me. But up until then, that requires money and a bit of time, a lot of time to be honest. But really and truly, that's something that I've been, skeptical about, but really and truly, that's why I say unlearning stuff, because just because it seems right, just because it seems like this exactly, it's funny, it came right back full circle, but just because it seems like we've been taught it and it seems right in the current climate that it makes sense, nobody's dying from it because we're all living expected towards, again, this isn't like nobody's dying from it, notably, because we're all doing the same thing. So it's not that to say we stop, we increase that. It's not that. I mean, notably, everybody is normal with his normal diet. So normal is bench line towards normal diet. So ultimately, what I'm trying to say is unlearning stuff, not for the sake of just being opposite. Nah, As I said, I want to learn my diet, but I know it requires time and money because I need to have the best organic food, knowing that it's grown by somebody that loves their job. Knowing so this is something that even goes full circle into what I was talking about before about me, how close I am to the money and how much who I'm obligated to. So knowing that I'm close, let me go back and not tangent off, right? So boom, knowing to know my diet, I can use organic food. Cool. So now for me to be good with the organic food, I need to know that it's coming from somebody that loves their job. It's not just let me just produce everything, check it if it's the right size and dash it to Tesco's because that's how they like it. But more so, this is something that's grown properly. I love this. Love this job. Chicken grown the best way. Love all the way before it got killed and come on my plate. Love all the way. Everything is like, yeah, that's what I want. That. I want that. That's what I want. But I know that of course that requires money. So right now I'm just eating anything. But that's a part of my thought process. Ask my dad. I say to my dad all the time, like, I'm not gonna complain, but I'm gonna say something. I'm gonna say the reason why I want to get rich as well because I need to take control of what goes into my body. Only way I could take control is if I am not leaving it down to. If I can be that only way I can take control is if I partner with somebody that loves this. As I said with this, I don't think it was in it. I thought about it and I was meant to be a different video, but I don't want to just because I like organic food. I don't want to be that person that says, "Yep, now I need to go back to agriculture, and because I love this so much, I need to do this myself. Everything needs to be done by me." That's something that you have to unlearn as well. Not everything has to be done by you. Yes, I want organic food, but I don't want a farm. That is not something that I love. The amount of people that I see, this is just observation, that love multiple things, but they don't stick to what they are good at and love. They want certain things, but they believe everything has to be done by themselves. Like if they was to say, yes, I want to have my house, I want a certain type of house built, and they know, look, it's not going to be, you can't just purchase it. So they're thinking, how would I do it myself? How would I be able to just do this myself? How would I just be able to do this myself? How would I need to do this part myself? When they're doing it themselves, takes away time from something else, and then that something else that they potentially could be great at and creating revenue from, they put their time over there because that's something that they want and they believe because they want it, it has to be done by them. Partner with somebody that's good at it. Get better, not get better, but do what you're good at. Pay them. Do what you're good at. Pay them. And if you can't pay them because it costs a lot, get better at what you're good at. I'm not saying that you have to. I'm not saying that you should. I'm not saying this as anything. I'm just saying from a perspective of what I was thinking about before as well. I didn't get to say it because it's different. Different. What do you call it? Take. But ultimately, even with music, I say it all the time. Responsibility, accountability, and obligation. Who am I responsible for? Who's obligated to me? How close am I to the money? Right? So now, because I'm the musician, let's say me, musician, I'm the closest to the money because I have to sell it. If I don't sell my music, I'm going to put it on different platforms to sell it for me. And now I'm thinking of it like as a job. Because I'm thinking of it like a job, what I'm thinking about is a half businessy type thing. Yeah, this is a hit, this is a miss, this is a hit, this is a miss. But because I've done a good job with it, now I'm getting it's almost commission based because it exactly is commission based. But as a commission based job, essentially, that's the mindset that you might fall into if you're not thinking about sales because a business thinks about sales. Why is that so important? Because when you deep it from the perspective that me, the artist, I need to make money so that as a business, I can pay my overheads. What are my overheads now? Getting the beat made, paying for the beat. Certain people are not paying for beats because they're starting up, so on and so forth. Overheads are always higher when you're starting up, or somehow you make your way around it. But ultimately, when you're having a great beat maker, many other times, depending on which industry and how people are going about it, back in the day, I can say this safely. If you were doing well as a beat maker back in the days, you were eating. I'm talking about these lot balled out. I'm talking about it's not even. It's all my guys are ballers. My guys are ballers, or everybody was ballers. Everybody was ballers. Everybody. I'm telling you. And it comes from that time and era because they were making sales. And when they was making sales, what did they do? When the artist was making sales, what did they do? They had money. What could they do when they had money? Go to the beat maker and say, yeah, well, money. Why? Because I'm creating good beats, like they are doing today. Like everybody says today, all you need is a good music. All you need is a good beat and just mumble over a beat, and then you'll just make it. So you're telling me the person closest to the money is the artist. The thing that's making them bust is a producer, and because the artist is not thinking about, they're thinking about money. You can see that, but they're not thinking about sales. Not all of them are thinking about sales. And because they're not thinking about sales, I'm not saying this clear cut against anybody at all. It's not about industry or anything. I'm just saying it from a perspective of what I see. If you want money or not, I don't see sales and the mindset of sales. Why? Because I don't see promotions past only certain people I see promotions past, oh, throw me up on Ants, or when it was just bait, or Young Kings, or Young Tom Tom, throw me up on there. That rising talents, just throw me up on there. Yes, it's your target audience, but you don't make a big deal of it. Gigs make a big deal of it. Shut down everything. Building, name on it, everything. D double, building, name on it. Promo, everywhere. Dave, promo, I see it. He's using the YouTube ads. Who else did I see it on? I think I'm pretty sure my man done it as well. I think, because I can't remember because I saw it. But I rarely see people use, rarely, when I say very rarely, see people use Instagram ads to target their music to me. I'm your audience. I am your audience. Me, I am your audience. I click on them. I've clicked on song by, what's the name? Assassin, Jamaican artist. It was, what's the name? Banks of the Hope. Added it to my playlist because I saw it. Thinking, yo, this is hard. This is hard. Clicked on it. Added it to my playlist. I sent it about to a few people because of one ad. I don't know if they received it the same way I received it, but the ad made me click it. The ad made me listen to it. The ad brought me back to Assassin. I haven't heard Assassin in ages. Yes, I got him on my laptop, but that's the older Assassin. He's not even called Assassin no more. What's his name now? You will know it. You will probably know it, not me. But that's what I'm saying from that perspective. Okay, but wait, there's more. There's more obligations from the artist. Well, if the artist wants to take the obligation, wants to take the responsibility for it, they don't have to. They can, after all, they don't have to. But that being said, the recording studio still gonna ask for money. It just means they can't compensate more because they can't pay them more because they don't have it. As a business, they might make it elsewhere, be able to come here, pay for it, go away, but as a business, self-sustaining, it's not there. It's not it. And when it comes down to, what's the name? The videographers now. The videographers are also obligated to use not, what do you call it, producers, hire videographers, photographers, and then, you know, I'm just saying it from one person I know. He's a serious director. I say he's a director, and he directs. What he does, he gets a videographer. Not just gets, he has a serious videographer with him, and he also has a serious couple of photographers with him as well. Shots, different angles, everything. He just brings it, consolidates it, just gets it, the vision together, and that's another art form, a part of this song. So now he promotes it as much as an artist will promote it, and then the beat maker might promote it as well. But ultimately, this art form is impacted by three different people, can be impacted by three different people, or three different factors: the beat, the lyricism, the visuals. And because the person who's at the forefront, who's obligated with the money, doesn't do their job as a business, self-sustaining, they can't make others eat. Yes, they might eat from the streams, but when you eat from the streams, you're not thinking of it like a business. You're thinking of it as a commission sales based job. So your sales isn't necessarily directed towards the business mindset, but towards, yo, I just need to do more work here, get more sales, cool. Let me spunk the money somewhere else, because it's a job at the end of the day. Business is going to bring in more opportunities. Let me get more sales, spunk the rest. But from an actual business perspective, I can't say definitively that people are not you, people are not. But what I do see is I'm being targeted by some shitty companies. Not shitty as in they're dead companies. Good ads, as in they look clean. But it's not what I want. Not what I want at all. Not in the slightest. No, not really. Not at all. Not what I want. Not what I want. Not what I want. Not what I want. It's not what I want. Instagram knows that I am a target because I have been targeted by Dave. I have been targeted by D Double. I have been targeted by gigs. I think I've been targeted by gigs. Not sure I've been targeted by gigs. I'm thinking it was either, who was it? Made the Young Ads. It was either Young Ads or, what's my man's name? Flipping. What's my man's name? Fredo. It was either one of them. Recent project, saw it. But ultimately, what I'm saying is, I don't see people using ads. They don't have to use ads. It's not a thing that is bound to make them money or ROI, but it's bound to gain attention. Little, small, big, however, is bound to gain attention. The moment you think of your business as a business, and like the thing is, sometimes I'm thinking about overheads. The way how I'm so not money motivated, but I'm thinking about overheads like, yo, that's another person I'm paying. I'm sometimes thinking of it like, it's not just about profit, not just about the profit margin. One of the profit margins was still the same. Because don't forget, paying an employee is an expense. So from that perspective, if I got a lot more money in, but like double the money in, but the profit margin was still around the same, but the reason why it increased, but it took more man hours, took more so on and so forth. Bro, that's just opportunities that I'm giving other people. Other opportunities I've paid somebody. Other opportunities that I've done this for somebody else. So that's the perspective I'm looking at it as. Yes, I need to have my conversions better, more optimized. And I will most definitely continue to grow the profit margin. That's not what I mean. I'm talking about in the grand scheme of it, I might double the overall income, but only, so 50%, was it 100% on the increase on the overall income, but only, let's say 30% income increase of the the profit margin. Yes, so 30% more, I get to reinvest that into something else outside of the business or for the next project I have. But ultimately, as a business and the expenses coming out, which are going to advertisements and is going to more growing the business, growing the team, so on and so forth, creating more opportunities. Sometimes the profit margin isn't just it, because the opportunities and obligations as a business for me personally. This is what I'm thinking about. I'm thinking of it like, yo, this is why I say unlearn certain stuff. Because sometimes when I'm thinking to myself, this is why I say to myself to unlearn certain stuff, because sometimes I'm trying to think about something and predicated of what the norm is, predicated of what profit, so on and so forth. But when you deep it, basically, what is a profit? What classes as profit? What classes as expense? And if you class the delegation of work or creating opportunities for work, for jobs for other people as an expense, what it is, and you're scaling business and it's creating more opportunities for them. Something that brought me to one thing, what my man said, I think I might end it after this. But what's my man's name? My man's name is Jeff Bezos. My man said this. Some reporter tried to apply pressure on my man, like, yo, how do you feel about making £1 trillion? Huh? Your company making £1 trillion, or was it? No, it wasn't £1 trillion. He's like, how do you feel about this was before you made the trillion. He's like, how do you feel about making your X amount of millions per year? How do you feel about how do you sleep right knowing that you make X amount of millions per year, and so on and so forth? If I said, yeah, I sleep perfectly well knowing that I make 200 million per year, or some number like that, 200 millions, 100 million, 300 millions, 400 millions, 500 million, 600 million, 700 million, 800 million per year. Doesn't matter. This guy makes £1 trillion, well, dollars, $1 trillion, $1 trillion. So you went past the billion mark and then multiply the billion by 1,000. 1,000. 1,000. So it don't matter if my man's making 300, 500, 600 million in a year, because he hasn't even got to $1 billion in a year for himself. And he's multiplied the billion by 1,000. So in perspective, think about all the other people that's making that money, because it's coming in and it's coming out as expenses, especially Amazon, because Amazon for a long while wasn't trading in a profitable state, always at a loss, because they're paying employees, paying for promotions, paying to be known, making sure they're known, making sure that they're well versed and well placed as a business. Yeah, he's making his money, 200 million, whatever amount of million per year. And if it's 300 million, if it's 365 million, if it's $1 million a day, I'm telling you, £1 trillion or $1 trillion is more than 365 billion, meaning is more than $1 billion a day for somebody else. Put it in that perspective. That's close to, what's it, $1 billion every third of a day, just over a third of a day. $1 trillion. That's what it is. $1 billion over a third of a. Let's say half a day is $1 billion made. Billion? What do you say? Trillion is 1,000. Trillion is 1,000 billion. Is it $1 trillion he made? Yeah. These man be making billions per year, bro. These man be making. I think it is Amazon. It's either Amazon or one of them. But let's say they be making bare bread. Yeah. Well, I can say between the 800 mark and the trillion mark, where they been at, he's been making over $1 billion a day. Well over $1 billion a day for other people. So however you want to say it for them people, all I know is they're creating opportunities. However you might say his profits is, his gain and whatever he makes is 300 whatever million, don't really matter. The guy is making $1 billion every day for other man, providing that platform for other people. Not dropshippers, fulfilled by Amazon. People that use Amazon Web Service. people that use so on and so forth. Netflix uses Amazon Web Service. Netflix makes their money because of Amazon. They provided that platform. And if you want to say Jeff Bezos, how do you sleep? Jeff Bezos knows how he sleeps. He sleeps well. He sleeps very well. I'll be sleeping extraordinarily well, knowing that not I'm making a billion. Like, once you make $1 million a day, like you what? Okay, like once you're making like $1 million a week, it don't matter. Like you're calm. But once you know you're making $1 billion a day for other men, bro, I'll sleep so comfortable, and that's what I see, and that's why I believe that they see, and that's why I see it from a point that I'm obligated, to stay up because it's my duty to grow, make sure that I bring in revenue somehow. However, not just diversify for the sake of like everywhere, but make sure I'm creating opportunities, seeing where the opportunities is, understanding the business at a level, understanding where who the customers are. Because as I said before, Amazon being trading at negative, as in a loss, but their employees being paid, their top people are being paid, people aren't being fired, because what they're doing is building value, installing value. They're spending to install value for years. It's only as of recent, like relatively recent in their over 20-year run, older than me, that they started becoming profitable. Okay, they're probably profitable at start, but then then Jeff like, yo, let's just promote hard. Forget, man, we'll make the money back, don't matter. Let's just promote hard. Money comes in, money goes out. Promotion. Furthermore, money comes in, and then we'll borrow money, promotions, because that's what debt comes from. And my man does that, and he does that again. He does that again, does that again. Now he's at $1 trillion. Now I know I'm repping Amazon because he's making things convenient, adding value. Because people want to disrupt, you want to disrupt Amazon. I love that. Do your thing, definitely. Keep adding value to disrupt something. But when Amazon breaks down a book business, a big bookstore, because the guy's adding value, he's making it convenient, very convenient. And if you want to stop convenience, then you can do that. You can still go to that bookstore. The fact that many people want to opt for convenience is very understandable, to be honest. And boy, this is a long ass video, probably about 37 minutes. I'm pretty sure I understated it. But my tangents, am I gonna upload it as is to YouTube? You bet I am. My God! My bad, my blunder, very fast. I understand that what I was talking about was I think it was the valuation value. So that $1 trillion was a valuation. That's if I was to cough the money up right now, buy Amazon, $1 trillion. Yeah? Long. But this is what they're making, and last year annual. So if I was to readjust the prices, still my fault, my problem. Definitely hold my hand to it. But if I still want to create what do you call that thing? Like a way to understand it. So this is the net income. I was saying, so you minus this from this. So now you're at 222. Going to Cowley, full and short a bit. Nah, but really and truly, that's a bad joke, bro. I can't lie to you. That's an Uxbridge. That's a school joke. Only my guy knows it. But really and truly, this one is going. This is, if I was to divide this by 52, that's 52 weeks in a year. Then you got to like 4.267. No, 27. So now that means 4.27 billion per week is going out towards opportunities, meaning to pay all of these employees here, for the marketing. So now what does marketing mean? That's marketing budget. Who's the marketing going to go on to? YouTube, Facebook, what else? Google. Now what does that mean? Google catches that. Now who's that going to? Google's going to reinvest that into stuff like the self-driving cars, pushing forward with technology, pushing forward with who's going to do the self-driving car and technology. Well, even though I might come out of university as the smartest spreader ever, if I don't have money to push forward with my technology and research, boy, it got long. So now the opportunities from that perspective, as I said, likewise with Amazon providing a platform, a system, what do you call it? I'm forgetting the framework. That's it, framework for what's my man's name? Netflix to exist, because I'm pretty sure they still do, or they used to. Amazon Web Service hosts all their videos, so now that we can watch it. So now that $1 billion company is predicated from Amazon because of their service. Full stop. Now, likewise, those people that want the opportunity to work higher jobs, do more, do whatever. Google, bigger companies, they provide more opportunities for those people. So ultimately, this is what I love about business, to be honest. Not necessarily, I'm not money motivated though, for myself personally. But one thing I do that does motivate me is understanding, yo, if I love this side, what I do love, and there's no going around it. Sales is the only way forward. Sales is the only way to grow a business. Sales is the only way to give back opportunities towards people or to fund other things. And moreover, getting rid of that mindset of, yeah, stay low key, don't want to do this, you know? And then, I don't know, people are not putting their money towards like genuinely promoting themselves. As I was saying, I didn't say it clear enough, but what I observe, I don't see people putting their stuff onto Instagram ads as in to Instagram, giving their money to Instagram so that Instagram can turn over, push it out to more and more people, make a big deal of them, or you can make a big deal of yourself. And then from that perspective, build yourself as a business. Also, whatever, end of the day, you're building yourself as a business. And then, I'm not saying this is what you're meant to do, but I'm just saying it from a perspective that not just because you have a small income, not just because the profit margin is so on and so forth, not just because when I put it on Instagram and Spotify, that when I put it on YouTube and Spotify, I'm just gonna get all I need to do is pay for the video, pay for the producers, and I put on those things and then watch the money come to me. Low investment, I can just keep churning out music and just keep getting that. That's what I mean by that mindset that is a job, but a commission-based job, not a business where you feel obligated. You don't have to feel obligated, but you feel obligated that, yo, I want my beat makers to be eaten. I want people to be eaten. One thing you want to remember is this as well. When people say, I done this all without a label. I done this all without labels, promotions, and help. I love that. If you are promoting it yourself. But really and truly, no label is a charity. Some of them are crooked businesses, some of them are good businesses. But ultimately, no label is a charity. If I pay you £1 million as a label, it means that you make at least £1,000,001. At least, right? Come on, that's at least. That means there is potential within you to make £1,000,000. Some of them are different, as in they will invest £1 million into you and then you have to pay it back. But then again, you have to pay it back. And it has to be at a profit for the business. The reason I say that is because once you understand that mindset, that reasoning, the same reason I come to this. This here is saying 232 billion in, but they're only keeping this much, 10 billion. Why? Because they don't mind this. They're happy about this, and this would make them sleep well because they know that this is going distributed towards other people. When the beat makers make the most money, I believe, from what I kind of observe, is when they're working with a label, when a label pays for them. Why? Because the label is a business. They come from a business perspective. They want to promote, to drive up sales, drive up sales. They distribute it over. Well, it depends. This is so depends on the business model itself. But ultimately, there's a potential within your body of art and the whole package who made it. So it might be you, the producer, you, the videographer, and the director, and alongside the artist, creating a package that they can then promote, and then what you done in its whole entirety and all your bodies of work that they hold you for is worth £1 million. But also, it has to be worth £1,001 because they're not doing it as a charity. They're looking to make profit. So at least £1 more than what you're being stated at. I just say this from a perspective that they promote heavy, heavy. So it's not that the fact that the promotions is gonna be to your demise. You're gonna be known, so on and so forth. You don't have to do it. I'm not saying everybody needs to promote, everybody needs to so on and so forth, everybody needs to jump on Instagram ads, so on and so forth, because it's gonna hike up the price, yes. So on and so forth. You know who says this? Gary Vee. Watch him, he says this all. I'm just saying from the perspective of understanding business and what I'm interested in and creating opportunities for other people. I understand that it steps further than me just being for me and more of the obligations that I have as a business owner, the obligations I have as somebody that not just a business owner that wants to put people on and provide mega opportunities for the people that work alongside me. And from that perspective, I understand. Don't matter how much I care about me not being. This is what I love. So I love that I found something that motivates me, even though I'm not money motivated, and that could have been my demise. Very could have been my demise, because I might be thinking, I don't even. And then somebody could come through and like just take my share of it easily. I'm talking about just destroy me in business because I'm not money motivated. But one thing I can say now that somebody that also that might think about destroying me might understand. I believe personally, I'm saying this is something that I feel strongly. I want to do. I want to provide a lot of opportunities for other people, and then this is a difference that you can see when you're money motivated for yourself compared to wanting to be create opportunities for other people. When you want to create opportunities for others, and where it comes from, and in this whole entirety, and then what you get in the income for yourself. So ultimately, I'm looking at the 232 billion not as, oh, how can I bring that closer to, how can I bring my 10 billion to up closer towards that 232? How can I reduce? All I know is, yo, as long as I can reinvest into new projects, keep creating opportunities, my salary would be good from this. Very good from that. And that's pretty much that. So, yeah, flipping out. Flipping out. That was long. Boy, but really and truly, that's something that I see for myself personally. Yeah, man. That's something I see for myself personally. Guy.